Math 7, Lesson 2.1 and 2.2. We're going to look at mathematical expressions. The first kind of expression that we're going to take a look at is numerical expressions. And numerical expressions contain numbers and at least one mathematical operation. An example of that would be here below, where you're adding numbers together. So a mathematical operation is we're adding here. So that's an operation, and it only involves numbers. The second one that we're going to take a look at is algebraic expressions. And algebraic expressions contain variables and mathematics operations. And it can include numbers. The key to this one for algebraic is that it has variables in it. An example of that would be b minus 3 or 2n plus 3. You can also write mathematical expressions from word phrases. And we'll be taking a look at what some of those are. Let's take a look at this first word phrase. Half the product of 6 and 3. So what would that look like if we were turning that into a mathematical expression? First of all, let's take a look at this, half. So we're going to put half. What is it half of? It's half of the product. Product is going to be multiplying. So we're going to put that right in there. What is it the product of? 6 and 3. So if we take a look at this again, we can see that we have half. The product means that we're going to be multiplying something, and we are multiplying 6 and 3 together. So that's what that mathematical expression looks like using numbers. And what type of expression is this? Are there any variables in there at all? Nope. So it is only a numerical expression. Okay, let's look at this second one here. What if we have the expression 10 divided by 2n? How do we turn that into words? The first thing that we know is 10. So we're going to go ahead and just write that down, 10. And what is 10 doing? 10 is divided by 2n, and the way that we say that is twice a number. So we take a look at this again, we can see it. 10 divided by twice, 2 means twice, n, which is a number. We don't know what that number is, it's just a number. And what kind of an expression is this? Well, there's a variable in it, that n, and so this is an algebraic expression. If the variable is given, you can evaluate an algebraic expression. So in other words, in this one right here, if we were given what that n is, we could actually solve that problem. At this point, we can't because we don't know what n is. It could be 1, it could be 17, it could be 1,000, we don't know. But if they tell us what n is, we can then solve it. Right here is an example of this. If we have 5x cubed y squared right here, if that's all we have, we can't solve it because we don't know what x is, we don't know what y is, and it actually looks a little scary. But once we're given what x is and y is, it's kind of like detective. Now we have the clue, and now we can solve it. Every time we see an x, we're going to put in a 2. Every time we see a y, we're going to put in a -3. So let's do that over here. 5x cubed. So right here is our x cubed, but instead of x, we know that's 2, so we're going to put a 2. Y squared. Y we know is -3, so we'll put a -3 there. Now we can go ahead and solve it. 2 cubed is the same as 8. -3 squared is the same as 9. So we multiply 5 times 8 together and we get 40 times 9, and that is going to be 360. So by knowing what our variables are, what the value is, we can go ahead and then solve the equation. One last thing that we're going to take a look at here before we do some examples is just to define some terms. So when you have the term like terms, these are terms with the same variables. For example, they both have x in them, and the same powers. So if you have 7x squared and 3x squared, you could combine those. Those are like terms. So they have to have the same variable, which is x, and the same power, which is 2. Another term that we're going to define is constant. The term constant. A constant is a term that does not have a variable. Does not have a variable. An example would be 10 or 4 squared. There's no variable in it. It's only a constant. And then the final one that we are going to define is the word coefficient. Coefficient is a numerical part of a term containing a variable. An example of that is if you have a term right here with a variable, a constant and a variable, the coefficient is 5. Now let's do some practice problems with this. The first one, number 1, is write as a numerical expression 2 cubed times -10. That would look like this. 2 cubed times -10. We don't, and what kind of an expression would this be? This would be numerical, not algebraic, because there's only numbers in it, no variables. Number 2, write a word phrase for the following. 8 times, what is 8 times? It's times the sum, because of our addition right there, of what two numbers are being added together? A number, which we don't know, so we just say it's a number, and 2. So that's how we would turn an algebraic expression into a word phrase. Number 3, write an algebraic expression for 50 more than twice a number. So we have twice a number and then 50 more than that. So we'd actually attach the add 50 to the end of it because it's 50 more than this. Write a word phrase for the following. This would be, we'd do it the same way that we did number 3, in that we would put first this right here. So we would say 3 less than 10 times a number. So actually this part would go first when we are writing it out. It's 3 less than this. Number 5 is a number decreased by 5 squared. So we have a number, we don't know what it's going to be, so we'll just say that it's x. And it's decreased, which means subtract by 5 squared. Number 6, a number times the difference of 8 and 3. So a number, let's just call it p, times, because we have two numbers here that we're going to be subtracting, we need to put a parentheses. A number times, what's it times by? It's times by the difference, subtracting, of 8 and 3. When you have it written like this, difference of 8 and 3, the number that comes first in the order 8 is going to go first here. Number 7 is now we're going to evaluate. So the difference of what we're doing now is that now they tell us what the values are. So now we're going to actually solve it. So number 7, we are going to evaluate a plus b over c. So for a right here, we're going to put a 12 plus b right here, we're going to put a 3 over c, which is -5. Now we can solve it. 15 over -5, which equals -3. So again, we're just substituting in. They're going to give us what A is, and we just substitute it right in there. They're going to tell us what B is. We're going to substitute it right in there. And they're going to tell us what C is, and we're going to substitute it right in there. Simplify. Simplify means that you're just going to combine all your like terms. So right here I see a 6x and a 5x. I have the same variable, which is x, and it's to the same power, which is 1. So I can combine those two together to get 11x. And I also have numbers here, which I can combine, and that is 9 minus 7. So that is going to give me a plus 2. So that is simplifying. I can't solve it because I don't know what x is. I can only simplify it. Simplify, number 9. Let's see if I have terms that are the same. So all of my variables need to be exactly the same in order to combine them. I have an xy there. I have an x there. I can't combine those. This one doesn't have a y to it. I have an xy there. I have an xy there. Those I can combine. So I have a -6xy plus 10xy is going to give me a 4xy. And then what I have left over is right here. I can't combine that with anything, so I just have to attach it. Number 10, simplify this equation. The first thing I need to do is to distribute. So I have 5xy, and I'm going to distribute this one. And that is going to be minus 10x. And then I attach this plus 15x. Now I have to combine my like terms. The like terms are going to be right here. I have an x there and an x there, so I can combine those. This is an xy right here, so I can't combine it with these. So I'm just going to have to keep it. 5xy, and now combine these two, and that is going to give me a plus 5x. Number 11. Again, evaluate. So I'm going to put in here for x, I'm going to put a 5, and for y, I'm going to put a negative 3. So that would look like this. 5 times 2 times 5 plus 3 times negative 3. 5 times 10 minus plus negative 9, which is 5 times 1, which is 5. Number 12, S absolute value, which is, S is going to be 1, so the absolute value of 1 is 1, plus T right here is going to be 3, so plus 3, plus V is negative 9, 4 plus negative 9, which is negative 5.